Welcome to the Patriot Hour. I'm Michael, your host for 3/23/18. We got a studio full of the fellows, so we're going to introduce them here in a minute. Let's get right into it. Stick around.
With us. The Patriots are an incredible organization.
Full of fellows. Incredible. Welcome to the Patriot Hour.
Oh, yeah.
Good morning, good morning.
Good morning. All the fellas in the studio today.
Make a camera adjustment here on the fly.
Adjust.
On the fly. Oh, yeah.
Hold on here. Somebody keep talking. Welcome to the...
Oh, yeah. I don't think that's going to be
Tell
a
'em about
problem on this
subscribing.
stuff.
4 mouse on a Friday morning.
Yeah, no. Subscribe, ring the bell, share this video. This is, we're going to be getting into some pretty good topics today, and obviously more than just one mine hitting it. We're going to do 4 mines. So, no, I think this is going to be a good topic. We got a couple of stuff going on. Scott, what are you thinking about some of the topics you were wanting to discuss today?
Top of my list is the hero. Let's call him a hero because he is a hero. Blaine Gaskill, the officer in Maryland that stopped the great mass shooting.
Oh, yeah.
We can only assume it was going to be a mass shooting.
Of course, yes.
Here is a case in point that a gun saved lives, lots of lives. But where's David Hogg in all this? Where's the left agenda stream of guns are bad, Where's David now?
Trying to find different news because this doesn't appeal to their agenda whatsoever.
It hurts their agenda.
Yeah.
A well-trained officer with a gun shot and stopped this shooter from continuing to execute students.
Did exactly what was supposed to happen.
He did his job. That should be like a high five. Hey, you're doing your job.
Yeah, did exactly what he was trained to do in the heat of the moment. Didn't, second guess himself. Didn't not go in. Didn't not confront, engage.
He did exactly what he's supposed to, and CNN's calling him trigger happy.
Yep.
Trigger
Was
happy.
he a veteran? Did I get that? Was he an actual veteran or just a veteran of this force? They're talking like I don't know what I heard.
I don't know, maybe
in that angle.
Blaine Gaskill. I think that's how you're pronouncing it. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I didn't read up on his past. I didn't need to. I seen enough to.
Well, like you were saying, here's a guy who we don't know all the specific details. We know one individual did die, other one possibly in critical condition at this time. We don't know.
The shooter died. They're getting ready to pull life support on one of the victims, and the other victim was shot in the leg.
Nice.
So, and you said earlier, okay, so 1, possibly 2 deaths versus
17,
18,
19,
20,
31,
making this yet another mass shooting that we're all kind of like, that's just a norm these days.
Yeah.
And then here somebody says, no, I don't want that to be the norm these days. I have the ability to stop the norm and actually do my job. And here it is. He's trigger happy.
I applaud
downplaying
the officer. I applaud the school system for having that officer. He obviously was better trained than the guy in Florida who stood behind.
I would have to
ran
agree.
outside and hid.
I would have to agree.
Don't go in there. He protected people from going in that building as well.
He
put his life on the line to make sure other lives were saved.
Exactly. I agree 100%. 100%.
And it's just
The 17-year-old that was carrying a handgun.
How many rules?
How are more laws going to fix that?
Yeah.
You're already breaking a copious amount of laws to begin
as legal
with.
as it can be.
So if Maryland, what you're saying is if Maryland joined Florida and raised the gun age to 21, there's no way in hell this could have happened? I bet it would have stopped it. It had to have. I mean, because it would make it illegal to own that gun.
It would have stopped a legal purchase, and it would have forced him to go to the black market.
That's the whole
It was
theory.
his dad's gun.
Yeah.
That's the whole theory.
Dad's
that,
legal gun.
Yep.
So
Let's make it
happen?
harder for these people to get, is what they're claiming.
Yeah. Well, now they're gonna pay attention to this one. What's gonna happen to Dad?
Parent your kids.
There's already all kinds of stuff they can do to parents if they feel that your children are not getting their quote-unquote societal needs met. Then they can come and say, oh, hey, by the way, Johnny or little Susie is not.
Well, kind of goes with what Hillary Clinton always said. The state should be number one in raising your children.
Oh, I want nothing.
Thanks,
to do
Hillary.
with it.
Yeah, they say it takes a village to raise a kid. Like, no. It takes parents to raise the children.
Yeah, we support. I support smaller government, less interference, more. It's kind of on you.
Protect
your land,
parental rights.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I found that to be a little interesting that David Hogg and the young lady with the shaved head that swears up and down all guns need to be wiped off the face of the planet. Neither one of them have spoken up, and I don't see CNN or MSNBC or anybody shoving a microphone in David Hogg's face asking his opinion on this. They won't.
Yeah, of course.
They
No,
can't.
that's yeah. And nobody's gonna actually say what's going on of your rights, and these are the things, and so
Kind of goes along with on the way in. We were listening to one of the streets reporters for InfoWars. They were walking around.
Okay, yeah.
There was an impeach Trump march in Austin. This was some time ago or whatever, but the guy literally walked around and asked over 100 people, well, why do you want to impeach him? Get out of here.
Quietly,
Get out
and
of here.
peacefully
Oh,
walked around asking people, getting stuff thrown at him, getting cussed at.
Yeah.
Wait a minute here. He's just asking you a question.
Yeah.
Tell us why.
Yeah. In your opinion, yeah.
Yeah, knowing the same thing.
It doesn't fit their agenda to have to tell you any truths. He was.
I got into an argument with a guy on Facebook last night or this morning, getting around, not argument, just a little back and forth, but he put a little picture of something up, a meme, and I'm like, name, a crime why these people should go, because there was a picture of Trump and Pence in uniforms arresting Hillary. And he posted something else. I posted that. Mm-hmm. And I name and he put, all of them in that picture should go to jail, which is Pence, Trump, and Hillary. Mm-hmm. So he's acting like, I support it. And I was like, well, name crimes that they've all each done, just one.
Sure.
That is impeachable or reason to go to jail. I don't know. Just if they're found in crimes.
I don't like him.
I hit him several times, gave him several opportunities. Just name something. We'll look into it. No, I don't want to.
That's what this.
I don't care that
If they're
much.
found to be crooks, I was like, well, who's going to find them?
Yeah. Right.
They'll do their
It might be
job,
you, buddy.
No kidding.
So, and real quick, I want to touch base on that a little note. One little thing I wanted to touch on was Hillary Rodham Clinton. Why was she not prosecuted? I mean, we got many reasons. It just made, if general people say, oh, people were protecting her, maybe, right?
Well, yeah. Is that a question you want?
Yeah,
you want
honestly,
to
does
make?
anyone know why she was not prosecuted? I mean,
If Martha Stewart goes to jail for what she does, why isn't Hillary Clinton?
and what she went for was lying to the FBI.
Yeah.
That was what they got
don't
Martha Stewart
Insider
on.
trading,
I
and
don't-
she lied about knowing prior knowledge. So it
Yes.
had nothing to do with her profiting. It was all about her lying under
Michael
oath.
Flynn.
Yes.
This whole Trump investigation, they found him lying to the FBI. He's a ex-general.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with Russia-Trump collusion, this and that. What the left brings up is he lied
Yeah.
during the Russia investigation, and it makes people almost think like, you see, he lied about having contacts with Russia. No.
You guys are naming people that don't have friends in the DOJ.
Yeah.
I mean, the DOJ was Obama and Clinton's DOJ, and it's coming out. I mean, everybody knows that.
Well, so for example, we all know Hillary had this rogue server and this email that wasn't government. We know that there's video proof of when the media, and I'm going to say it was, who's the guy that does the Sunday morning show on one of the main networks, not Mike Wallace, but one of these guys has been around. He's pretty well known. He's older. I think he works for Fox. He does his show on Sunday morning. It's the Sunday morning something, but
I'll Google that.
pretty good Sunday morning show to see. They'll have a pretty hot topic of the week. Normally try to get that person on. Anyway, he interviewed Obama and asked him, when did you find out about Hillary's server that, and Obama's answer was,
Right now.
right now, or when you guys broke the story a week or two ago. That's when I found out, So that was Obama's answer, but yet then we found through the WikiLeaks dump that they kept seeing this one email hit up to Hillary and they didn't know who it was, so they investigated and they found out it was Obama and his pseudonym email. Mm-hmm. So at one point he went to go email her and knew, and then created a non-government email,
little AKA
bullshit name, right? BS name, and an alias, however you want to say it, pseudonym, whatever, and started emailing her that way. Also, everybody in his cabinet had a fake pseudonym email and emailed Hillary that way. Subverted the government protocol, which this is stuff for the history books, folks. When people do their time in office and then they leave, we need to have stuff to look at.
Correct.
To go into the archives, to go into the history books, so we have a clear, you can't do this. So these are crimes. So therefore, Hillary was protected by the Obama, because if the investigation would have led to her to be indicted, it would have led to the cabinet members being indicted and Obama. Now, whether or not that's a reason for impeachment, I mean, now it just puts it's a bad thing to be indicted as president. So they had to stop that.
Right.
That's why, folks, and
but this goes
that
on.
can never happen again. That's what happened. You want to talk about impeachment, and now it's like, well, he's not in office no more. No. We don't move forward without bringing that to light, because there's a lot of BS going on right now of indictment. Get him out of there, put him in jail. But you ask these people, tell me one thing. Why should he be? He talks funny.
Yeah.
I don't like the way he looks, his face and orange hair.
I don't like him, so we need to impeach him. And Nate brought up a good point not too long ago when or just a couple of minutes ago, actually, when they were saying, well, we need to impeach him. Let's take a vote on that. We just did. We did a year ago. We took a vote on that.
Yeah.
Hillary is not your president. Get over it already.
Yeah.
I mean, you're walking through the streets. You know, there were liberal movements in the 60s were peace, love, happiness,
That's all fake too. They were trying to and then spitting on soldiers when they were coming back. So,
but they're out there pushing reporters. They're burning cars. They're causing chaos. If I was a hippie or a liberal or from that genre of people, I would be offended at how these people are trying to get their point across. I mean, Martin Luther King would be rolling in his grave. I mean, this is not what he envisioned.
No, I mean, I totally agree. I think getting back to what Mike was asking with the Clinton, because I think this stuff also bleeds into what you're just was saying as well. I think, like in layman's terms, there was so much dirt that she had on others, and they had so much dirt on her, and it's kind of the old mafia. I know all your dirt, you know all my dirt. If I go down, you go down. So if I'm cool, you're cool.
Yeah.
And they had that agenda going on. At the same time, like you were saying, back in the 60s, when they had this great awakening movement when it came to, it was really a big social movement, get out of Vietnam. And of course, we're finding out years later that, the Gulf of Tonkin was going on, and that was, oh my gosh, we found that out, and that was this. And of course, we were finding that we couldn't fight. It's almost like when we were in Vietnam, we couldn't go to certain borders, and our enemies knew where our
rules of engagement
were. And so
those are declassified in 1984. The rules of engagement.
Yeah, so it's
or
like
85, but yeah, that pissed a lot of
and so,
Vietnam.
Exactly, and so when we have this kind of stuff going on, where you got dirt on me, I got dirt on you, and it's going up to the highest level. I mean, Mike brought up a good point where it talked about they were doing pseudonyms. And that's okay. You can open up, you can do whatever email you want, and you can do that kind of stuff. That's fine. You just can't use government machines while doing it.
Correct.
And you can't, you can have a pseudonym, but you can't use your government BlackBerry to go email this the server. And so, kind of like when Clinton was in, quote unquote, he didn't get in trouble for having sexual relations with Monica Lewinsky or anybody else.
He got in trouble for lying.
He was lying.
He was lying, and so that's where
Exactly.
it's almost like they couldn't get Al Capone for being a mobster. They got him for like tax evasion.
Tax evasion,
So
yeah.
it's like, what under the law? Like a good point. What law has been broken that we can come and address and say, okay, there's a clear and defined thing that you just did. We saw it.
Yep.
Your hand got caught in the cookie jar, kind of thing. You know.
Well, that's their whole thing. They didn't have, they just needed Hillary to win. There was a lot of deals supposedly made. People took money. People
IOUs.
that all relied on them getting it the way they got it. They hit it pretty good, but not if somebody else was to get in office and start being able to see some of this.
Correct.
You had to have the main person in play to really be able to cover this up for the next 8 years.
This is
so
why
to
they're
say.
all upset. This is why people were crying and acting a fool.
Panic
because
mode, right? Panic mode.
They knew that she was going to be president, and all the, and then when Trump won, oh my gosh. So she's not been indicted yet. Q says, stay tuned, keep watching, we're trying to make sense of what he's trying to say, but I think, like you said, I think you have to prosecute her at some level. I think you have to. If you want to say we're not going to prosecute Obama, I get it. Most presidents, all presidents, really get pardoned by one another. Mm-hmm. I think Trump could make a good decision to say, you know what, you were president. That's kind of like a special seat that we all, it's a brotherhood.
We'll
type
give
thing.
you that.
It shouldn't be
give
above
you-
the law, but it still is.
Yeah.
Right.
They still do it, and it's not that big a deal.
And when you're saying it, like sometimes they, like with Obama coming out that time, now at that point they knew attention was on everybody. This is where they don't quite meet and can talk because it's like meeting on the tarmac. They wanted that to be secret.
Right.
Somehow one reporter got informed
Snapped it. Yeah.
by a good guy.
Yeah.
This is going to go on at this time.
What the hell's he doing over there?
So this one reporter shows up. He was blessed to get the information, the intel from somebody to, hey, this is going on over at so-and-so.
Can he run
this
for
time.
president over there? Can Obama become president of, what was that, Kenya?
Well, they've made him like honorary or something already. But
I don't know. A lot of people, especially in the government, have dual citizenship, and there are some countries, depending on their economic and, I guess, war relations with America. So, like, there's a lot of people right now, like in Congress and even in Trump's cabinet, who are they have dual citizenship for Israel.
Sure.
So, okay, so that's a country. So, can you have dual citizenship for Kenya?
What? But wouldn't he have to prove in order to be president of Kenya birthright?
Well, now you're going off the assumption that they have the same exact constitutional laws
Yeah, I
that
don't
we
know.
do.
I don't know.
Other countries, and I can't speak for Kenya, but it's the other countries of how they have their structures. Most countries, like when they call it not third world countries, but like first world, like America, the United
Third
Kingdom.
world, you just have to become a dictator. And
You
take
just got to
over.
have the biggest
Yes.
gun. Yeah, that's
And the
okay.
CIA's backing.
And the CIA's got
I'm
the
sure a
funding
lot
for
of those
it.
countries would change laws to get extreme backing from the United States. They don't care. They
Well,
just
of course.
want us
So,
to help them.
I agree.
so is a good. So would it be a good thing for Kenya to say, yeah, let's give him a citizenship, and then he can be our president? Hell, Notre Dame gave him an honorary doctorate just for showing up and speaking for 30 minutes.
they
They gave him a
you got
Nobel
the
Peace-
honorary
You got the
Nobel.
Nobel Peace Prize.
Nobel-
honorary.
No, it was not
I know.
honorary. It was Nobel Peace Prize.
He got the Peace
and
Prize.
I watched a video clip of an African American gentleman, 20-year vet. This video, and we'd have to find it, but he goes on and on about he didn't even help his people. In 8 years he could have helped the African American community, and he said they gave him the Nobel Peace Prize. What did he do that was so damn peaceful? He
It was-
divided
Okay,
the
hold on.
country.
I'm gonna say this. It's very, and this is a little on the side of that, but it's very powerful when these people need to talk to each other when things are going down and they can't anymore.
Right.
So what they do, they go on TV, they have code, they do things.
Yeah,
They-
yeah.
Obama coming out and saying that day, oh, I heard about it just a few days ago. And do you think blah, blah, blah? No, I think she did nothing wrong. I mean, those kind of words are very powerful to the people watching that interview and taking in notes. So we're going to close this episode out. And then we're going to come back, of course. But here, I want to jump to this real quick. Cut over. Let me zoom this in a hair.
This is
This was James Comey tweeted this just at the end of January, right? When McCabe got fired.
Yeah. Yeah.
Special Agent Andrew McCabe stood tall over the last 8 months when small people were trying to tear down an institution we all depend on. He served with distinction for 2 decades. I wish Andy well. I also wish continued strength for the rest of the FBI. America needs you, period. Q. This is a James Comey tweet translation. Special Agent Andrew McCabe stood tall over the last 8 months. Do not talk. When small people, sheep, were trying to tear down an institution we all depend on. Cover. He served with distinction for 2 decades. We own you and your family. Period. I wish Andy well. 187. I also wish continued strength for the rest of the FBI. General threat to the others. America needs you. Activate sleeper cells within.
Q.
That's how that's worked. So everyone think about that for a minute. We're going to come back. We're going to get into it again. We just need a small little break here. We're at the 20-minute mark. So
Time out. We'll be
I'm
right
Mike.
back.
Yep. I'm from the Patriot Hour. Please, if you're new, subscribe, like, share,
Ring
comment.
that bell.
Ring the bell. Good day. God bless. See you in a few.